You know, I got to be honest with you here, boss. You don't want to give me that gun. 'Cause I'd probably shoot you with it.
I was just trying to figure out, why did this happen?
Were you trying to help him?
Yes, ma'am. I was just praying he'd be okay.
But he wasn't okay. After just 2.5 minutes on the BART platform that morning, Johannes Mehserle had fired a single shot that ended one man's life and forever changed his.
White life is worth more than black life. We can sugarcoat it, and we can pretend like it doesn't exist, and we can pretend like the election of Barack Obama really means something in terms of race relations in the U.S., but it doesn't mean a hill of beans if I can be shot face down by a police officer who gets off with impunity.
You know, it's time for us to rise up. Black people, we need to rise up and start demanding our rights. Because I'm tired of seeing my black brothers and sisters get killed for no reason. And all you do is get a slap on the wrist. This is bullshit. If they burn this city down tonight, I wouldn't give a damn.
This is Sesha with your Black Agenda Report morning shot for November 10th, 2010. Last Friday, Los Angeles Judge Robert Perry gave Johannes Mehserle a sentence of 2 years, with credit for 292 days for time served, and threw out the gun enhancement clause that could have added 10 years to the sentence. Mehserle. Yeah, that Mehserle is expected by his family to be home for Thanksgiving. Some call this merely a slap on the wrist, but I would call it a high five that the system gave to Johannes Mehserle. Just can't shake the feeling that he is actually being congratulated for murdering Oscar Grant. Hell, this fool doesn't even think shooting Oscar Grant in the back should really be an issue.
No, I didn't think that. I didn't think I would be convicted at all.
You didn't think you'd be convicted of anything?
No, ma'am.
So you think they were wrong?
I think so, yes, ma'am.
Oscar's uncle, Cephas Johnson, had much to say about the unsurprising high five.
Well, me personally is not surprised of this actual sentencing, being that I know that the president of the police union made it a discretionary call to represent Johannes Mehserle, who is an ex-police officer. Unprecedented. Everything in this case has been unprecedented. The reason why he did that was because of the significance that this case meant to police officers across the United States. This whole intent was to do the best fight so that he would not be incarcerated or receive any prison time. And if I go on to evaluate this whole criminal justice system, yes, I believe it's a racist criminal justice system.
An Oakland demonstration after the so-called sentencing was not only attended by frustrated and justice-seeking protesters, but was highly monitored and militarized by police agencies from at least 9 different counties, along with Homeland Security, the FBI, CIA, and Department of Justice. A statement by the Coalition for Justice for Oscar Grant states that, quote, the police were intent on creating a situation that would then allow them to demonize the people and remove the focus from the unjust, unfair, and outright farce of a sentence received by Johannes Mehserle, unquote. On Thursday, Troy Davis was denied an appeal by the 11th Circuit Court, and therefore his only chance to save his life lies in taking his case to the U.S. Supreme Court. Davis, now on death row, has always said that he was innocent of the 1989 killing of Savannah police officer Mark McPhail. In an evidence hearing in June, U.S. District Judge William T. Moore ruled that the evidence presented by Troy Davis's attorney was not strong enough to prove he is innocent. Now check this out. Could any of y'all even imagine Johannes Mehserle being on Troy Davis's side of the equation? even though evidence in the form of a highly publicized YouTube video has proven that Mehserle is a killer cop? Thought not. A few weeks ago, we told the story of Askia Sabur and showed the savage police beating he received at the hands of Philadelphia officers that was caught on film. However, on Wednesday, October 27th, his 82-year-old grandfather, Paul Balmer's house, was raided by police who didn't have a warrant, and his 26-year-old cousin, Tanya Yates, was badly beaten. The premise of this illegal entry was that Odell Balmer, Yates' brother, fit the description of a shooting suspect. When Mr. Balmer asked for a warrant, the cops answered, "We don't need a warrant." Although no gun was found in the home, Odell Balmer was taken into custody and later released when a witness did not identify him. The family has been subject to police harassment since Askia Sabur's arrest in September, for which he is awaiting trial on 2 counts of aggravated assault, resisting arrest, and related offenses. And the police had the nerve to say the family was hostile toward them once they got in the house. Oh, word? A police source said Tanya Yates punched a female officer, and she was arrested and charged with assaulting a police officer, although her family said she was repeatedly hit on the head by a male officer and in the lower body by a female officer with batons. The family also said that police struck her with the handle of a taser. Let it also be known that Tanya Yates is a mother and also reported to be with child right now. Tanya's mother, Rose Balmer, had this to say.
At this time, my son is on the couch. An officer's holding my son Jamal. He's 17 years old. I goes over there. I say, he's a kid. What are you doing to him? You're gripping my son up. My son looks over at the male officer. He says, "Officer, that's a female. Why are you sitting here letting another male hit on a female like this?" This is what my 17-year-old son said to the officer that was holding him to the officer that was whooping my daughter. The officer looks over at my daughter, went back to my son Jamal and continued to hold him while they beating and beating and beating. The lady officer kicking and punching. She leans on her knees on the side of Tanya and the other one in the front of Tanya, and she takes the sticks and hit it on my dad's table. Then she started beating it on her leg and beating it on her leg. Bitch, turn up. Excuse me, children. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait. Turn around. Turn around. Why are you telling her to turn around? What do you want her to turn around so you can hit her in the face more?
When her family members attempted to check on her after her arrest, this is the treatment they received at the 18th District Precinct.
So is it possible that someone can see her with, my mom?
We need to make a witness that you have been delivered this.
Because we have to see her.
She's a prisoner. You can't come back here and see her.
Not even with a lawyer.
A lawyer can.
Just a lawyer.
Okay, that's fine. All we need to do is to make sure that you receive that.
So she's not taking it at all.
So we sincerely hope that the Negroes who laud the progress we have made over the past 50 years won't run to these same police begging for justice, following the high fives we deliver to their faces, because the element of unsurprise is necessarily reciprocal.
Hot rod policemen zipping through the ghetto streets in jet mobiles, trampling niggas, killing babies, beating sisters into miscarriages, killing us whenever they want to. Scared, 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 scared. All the time surrounded by guns in worse shape than South Africa. Brothers, we better get hip and come off this trip. Warriors, come forth and lead our people to freedom, like Nat Turner meant to do, with an underground arsenal of terror on those and anything in the way of our freedom. Kill, 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 until a sucker raises up off of you and finds something else to do, like paying you back for all the damage and destruction he's caused all over this earth.
As always, we must organize around this mass sentiment of injustice and blatant brutality affecting internally colonized Africans in the empire and oppressed peoples of the world outside of the U.S. as well. On our side, we can't emphasize enough the importance of attending the Black is Back Coalition March on Washington demonstration this weekend, November 13th, beginning at Malcolm X Park in Washington, D.C. Visit www.blackisbackcoalition.org for all the details.
I just met the most marvelous bunch of niggers. the most marvelous bunch of... You get 'em?